Um, I think that you and I have a superpower, if you want to call it that. We have an advantage here. While we may not be technology savvy, we're emotionally savvy. And there's a lot of people right now with a message that isn't coming from a place of compassion and empathy. There's a lot of loud voices fighting with each other online, and it's just creating more division. But you and I have this deeper sense of how to understand others. And if we could just open our mouths and start to bring some of this compassion and understanding, it would change the flavor of what interactions online looked like and felt like. So through you and I sharing our message with the world, we get to shift the experience people are having from being cynical and skeptical to being like, oh, that was refreshing and unexpected. And it creates a further conversation to have with those people. Okay. All right. So what happens when we market into cynicism and skepticism is that, one, it's frustrating for us because we're like, nobody's responding to my posts. I get no likes. I get no comments. Who cares? And that's frustrating. And because it's frustrating, you can feel stuck. You're like, what do I need to do to shift this experience? But when you try a lot of different things and nothing seems to really work or meet the expectations you have for when you share, what can happen if you're like me is you take your toys and you go home. You're like, well, screw all you people for not interacting with my post. I came here with my heart on my sleeve trying to help all of you. And then you didn't engage with me. I'm out. And then the problem is when we take our toys and go home, we're not visible for people. You know, it's the craziest thing. Like you might get no likes and no comments, but then you go out in your community somewhere and it was like, hey, I really like your videos. Like I haven't seen some for a while. Isn't that crazy? Like people are watching and we don't even know. But we take the optics of things, like whether we got likes and comments, and we judge how effective we are by those measures. And it's not an accurate measure of our effectiveness. But we oftentimes, I've had a graduate in this program describe it as a one-way mirror. It's like I'm speaking to the world and they can all see me, but I can't see them. And then I start to feel sort of alone in my message. And then that doesn't feel good. So you stop broadcasting your message. So this is the madness we go around and around and around in. And until you can find company in your own message, right? In other words, until you can find company in what you have to say without any validation from external engagement, until you can find that company in your own message, we'll continue to feel stuck and frustrated. We'll take our toys and we'll go home and we'll be invisible until we're like, I got to get back out there and I got to say stuff because I got to grow the business. And then you'll kick yourself in the pants for a good week or 6 weeks or 6 months. I don't know, until you decide that you're not getting the validation you want. And then you'll take your toys and you'll go home. And then we repeat the cycle over and over again.